So I've just been looking at some of these questions that we get asked pretty regularly. This one is from Kendra in Riverside. She just asks, how do you move forward if you have a controlling manager or team leader? Yeah, that's tricky, isn't it? When you've got a manager who is constantly looking over your shoulder and checking up on you and forcing you to do things in a particular way that isn't your way. That is tricky. Point one, I suppose, you're always going to bump into some people that are trying to constrain you or restrict you in ways, or check up on you in ways that you don't appreciate. That's always going to happen. To start with, just know that a lot of that is coming from their fear. They are frightened about what you may or may not be doing. As a manager, and I've been one, maybe you've been one too, I mean, you do worry that there's a bunch of people out there that you're supposedly responsible for and you can't actually see what they're doing, what decisions they're making, and it does up the anxiety a little bit. So some of that checking upness is coming from fear. One way to mitigate that, therefore, is to be frequently, light touch, checking in with the manager. Light touch, checking in with the manager. Every week, be saying, this is what I'm working on, this is what I think is a priority, does that fit with what you think? So frequency of checking in with them can alleviate some of their fear. So if you've got a controlling manager, counterintuitively, check in with them more, shorter. Frequency is everything if you want to alleviate fear. The second thing is make sure that you tell that manager, listen, I know myself well enough to be able to answer this question. Where can you rely on me the most? Help that manager know where you can be relied on. Remember, it's coming from fear. So if you can say to them, this is where you can really rely on me, I promise you, you may not think you're a mystery to him or her, but you are. And as a very busy manager with 10 people, you're like, I don't know who I can rely on. So if you can help him or her know, this is where you can rely on me the most, that is a super helpful thing, a gift for you to offer the manager when they're controlling in that way. The third thing is if you've got someone who controls like that, you can actually tell them, without bragging, without being self-important, without being self-indulgent, you can tell them, listen, if you want to get the best out of me, do X, Y, and Z. So teach that manager how to get the best out of you. And one of the things you'll probably mention in that is, you know what? Check in with me like this, not like this. If you don't want to get the best out of me, keep doing X. But if you want to get the best out of me, do Y. So help the manager know a little bit more about how to get the best out of you. I promise you that is a gift that is worth giving.